Hi, my name is Michelle Vamos, and today I'm going to walk you through my juices and smoothie program. In this program, I'm going to show you how to make a whole bunch of things. I'm going to start off with showing you how to make spa water. Then we're going to make two kinds of juices. We're going to make one juice using a juice bag, and then we're going to make another juice using a juicer. Then we are going to make a smoothie, and then we are going to make a smoothie bowl. So by the end of this, you should be a pro in making juices and smoothies. I'm using some certain fruits and vegetables. If you don't have all these things at home, then you can definitely, or you don't like some of these ingredients, you can definitely switch them out. Okay, so we're gonna get started. So the first thing we're going to do is spa water. For spa water, you need a container. You need some water. And then in the spa water, I am going to use cucumbers and I'm going to use a lemon. Spa water is basically just fancy flavored water. They call it spa water because usually when you go to a spa, they'll have the water with the raspberries and the lime or the cucumbers and the lemon. So super easy. All you do is you want to take some water. And then you're just going to cut up whatever fruits, vegetables, really anything, herbs. Sometimes people put mint in the water, so really whatever you want. It gives a very subtle taste, so it's not like a juice that is really flavorful. This just gives just a little flavor. You can also do this with sparkling water. So I'm just putting a whole bunch of cucumbers. It doesn't really matter how thick you cut them. Okay, I'm gonna throw those in there. And then I'm going to take a lemon. For the lemon, I cut it in half. And then I'm just going to put the slices in there. With the knives, just be careful because we always use sharp knives. And then I'm going to take the ends, just because I feel like they don't look as pretty, and I'm going to put them in the juicer and just squeeze the juice out of them. For the spa water, you really want the fruits and vegetables, again, whatever you put in here, to sit so that the water really soaks up the flavor. If you want, you can just give them a little stir. We're just going to let them sit. You can leave it room temperature, or you can put it in the fridge if you'd like. And we'll enjoy this at the end of the program. So now we're going to juice using a juicing bag. So you can juice a whole bunch of different types of vegetables and fruits in the juicer. So something like an apple that has juice in it, but is not super juicy. Like if I took an apple and squeezed it, I'm probably not so strong that I'm gonna get some juice out of the apple. But then there's other fruit like watermelon or pineapple that you can actually squeeze the juice out. We're gonna cut up the pineapple. So I'm just going to cut off the top and the bottom. Again, just be careful. Some fruits and some vegetables, you do need sharper knives than others. And I'm just going to cut the skin off. And it's okay if you have little parts of the skin, because with juicing, you do not drink the pulp. Where a smoothie, when you take something and you put it in the blender, it blends everything up, so you're really getting the fibers and all that. For juicing, you are just getting the juice. Okay, so I'm gonna cut those off. And I just have a little bag over here to put all of the excess pieces. Then a pineapple does have a core, so you want to cut around the core. Obviously, like watermelon does not have a core, so you don't have to do that. Then you want to cut it into smaller pieces. Okay, so I cut my watermelon all up. I'm going to put it into the bag. For this, like I said, you want the knife. You also definitely want a cutting board. you want a bag, a juicing bag, and then you also want a bowl for all the juice to go into. And you're just going to start squeezing it. Okay, so I'm not as strong as I thought. It's easier if you put less in, and you just really want to squeeze all of the juice out of the fruit. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's really coming out. Again, you want to make sure that your hands are nice. You want to make sure that your hands are nice and clean, and you're just going to work all of the juice out of the fruit. As you can see, I have a little juice, not so much. The juicer is definitely a lot more time efficient, but you're just really going to basically break up and squeeze the fruit so you have all the juice. Again, you really want to make sure that the fruit is ripe. Makes it a lot easier to juice. When fruit is ripe, it's softer, so it won't be as hard to juice. So it took me a while, and my hands had a good workout, but as you can see, we have our pineapple juice. So that is one way you can juice. A juicing bag you can get online for super cheap, so that's a cost-effective option. Another option is to use a juicer. There's juicers that are all different prices. Today I'm using a Champion juicer. So what a juicer does is it separates the juice from the fibers, from the pulp. So today I'm going to juice a lemonade. Lemonade is super simple. It is apples and a lemon. So I'm going to do 1 lemon and 4 small apples. So for the juice, you don't want to put the seeds or the pit, and you want to make sure to wash all your fruit before you juice it. Depending how big your juicer, the top of your juicer is, that will depend on how big you want to cut the fruit. But again, it doesn't have to be cut perfectly. I just like cutting them to little slivers. Okay, so I cut up all my apples. I'm going to take my lemon and I'm just going to cut it in 4ths. So I took the core and the seeds out of my apple, but the lemon, it's okay. Then you're going to want 2 containers. 1 container for the juice and 1 container for the pulp. So I'm going to turn this on. It's a little loud, so I might just show you and then turn it off so you don't have to hear it. What you're going to do is you're going to put the fruit in here, and then the pulp will come out into one bowl and the juice will come into the other. And you just want to be careful. You never want to stick your finger or anything down into this part, because that's where the blades are. As you can see, the vegetables are starting to fall into here and the juice is in here. A lot less work than the pineapple. Again, the pulp is going into here. The juice is going in here. Okay, and there you have it. Here is the pulp. Sometimes people will use some of the pulp depending what vegetable or fruit it is to make different things. Like I have used the pulp from carrots, from carrot juice to make carrot muffins. And then here you have your juice. Sometimes it will have some of the foam on it, totally fine. It smells delicious. So next we're going to move on to smoothies. So for a smoothie, you want a high-powered blender. I'm using a Vitamix. You just really want everything to be blended and mixed together. So a high-powered blender is the best. My blender has the main base, a top, and then it has a plunger. The plunger comes with the blender and it stops so that it can't hit the blade. Okay, so you want to make sure you don't want to put something that doesn't belong, like a spoon or anything, into there, because it will hit the blade and that is not safe. Okay, so for this smoothie, I'm going to do a green smoothie. Green smoothies are all the rage, and they also taste really good. So for the smoothie, I love frozen bananas in my smoothie. Bananas are great in smoothies, but frozen ones make it really creamy. So I'm just going to take about 2 bananas. With smoothies and all stuff, you don't need exact measurements. It could be really whatever you like. Okay, so I have my 2 bananas. Then I'm going to put an apple. The apple, I'm just going to cut a little smaller than I did with the juice, just so my blender doesn't have to work as hard. Again, it's totally different than the juice. Also too, when you're doing any of this, you can always cut things smaller. Some of the pieces that I cut for the juice before did not fit in the blender, so I had to cut them down. Then I'm going to take some spinach. And then you want some kind of milk. If you don't have milk, you can absolutely use water. I'm using almond milk. And you just want to put a little bit. You can always add more. If you put it on the blender and you see it's not really blending, you can always add more. So I'm going to put it on my blender. I'm going to put my top on. And I'm going to blend it. I'm going to start low, and then you can turn it higher if you need. And then I'm going to push it down with the plunger. Start a little higher. I'll get a cup. And here you have delicious green smoothie. I personally feel like you can't taste spinach. It just really is so healthy, and it also looks good. I love it. I feel that you can't even taste the spinach. So good. Also, if you don't like bananas or spinach or any of that, you don't have to use it. You can do different things. You could just do fruit. You can do strawberries. You can do mixed berries. You could do a whole bunch of different things. Okay, and the last one I'm going to show you today is a smoothie bowl. So it's basically a smoothie in a bowl with a whole bunch of toppings. So for this, it's pretty similar to the smoothie. We're going to use some bananas, again, frozen. If you don't have frozen bananas, you can use regular bananas. It just gives it the creaminess, also the cold factor. If you don't have any frozen bananas on hand, you can use ice as well. And I'm going to use a dragon fruit smoothie packet. These come in the freezer. And the dragon fruit just has a really cool color and flavor. Sometimes people will use acai for like acai bowls. So I have my banana, my acai, and then I'm going to add some milk. You can absolutely add more frozen fruit, but I'm just going to keep this super simple. Then I'm going to put it onto my Vitamix and blend it up. Okay, then I'm going to take my banana, milk, and dragon fruit mixture. And you want it to be a little thicker, kind of like nice cream, which actually you can eat this just as is. Nice cream is basically frozen bananas and different fruit. You can add chocolate, peanut butter, and it literally tastes like ice cream. Put it into your bowl. Okay. Also with these, you just don't want to let them sit too long because it is frozen, so it will start to melt. Then I'm going to take some fruit. Today I'm going to use some strawberries. Slice them up. Mix it all together, but I'm just going to put the fruit in different sections. So here's my strawberries. Then I'm going to put some blueberries. Then I personally love granola on my smoothie bowls. And then my favorite part is the peanut butter on top. Peanut butter. I like putting a dollop right in the middle. And then also drizzling it over my whole bowl. And there you have a delicious dragon fruit smoothie. Let's check on our spa water. So let's see. I like it when it tastes a little stronger, so I'm gonna let it sit for maybe about an hour longer. It has the slightest hint of the cucumbers and the lemon. So good. If you have any questions on the smoothie bowls, the juice, or the spa water, please feel free to comment below or email the library, and we would love to see the creations you make. Just remember, be careful with the knives. Obviously, if you have any food allergies, definitely check with that. And if you're making these for someone else, let them know, okay, I did put peanut butter in it, or I did put almond milk, or whatever you use. Thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.